Greetings, YouTube. This is Fragments of Memory once again, aka the Armchair Philosopher. I'm going to call this vid Throwing Out the Baby with the Bathwater. In my spotlighting women's misbehavior, I've often turned a blind eye to men's misbehavior. And some of my vids are going to, in future, direct some of men's misbehavior. It may be a way we can find a solution to what we're doing. Now, don't get me wrong, my videos are not just about the relations between men and women, but just about things going on in my world and just things going on in my mind. Now, I want to speak a little bit about this Amber Cole young lady. I believe it was a tragedy that this young lady allowed herself to be put in a situation where not only was she giving oral sex to someone in a public place, but she was then filmed and the video went on the internet. Now, I don't condone what she did. In fact, I'm very much against what she did. And I think that there is some low self-esteem there. Because from my understanding, this young lady was told that she was, and if she performed this act on this young man, that she could make another guy that she was into jealous. I think that's one of the most foolish things to do. Now, I can't really fault her parents in this situation because I don't know what type of home she comes from. Number one, I recognize that no one is raised in a vacuum, and that my mother or father could be telling me right, but I go out and do what I want to do. With that being said, I also want to point the finger of blame at the boys who got her caught up in this situation. I blame this guy for being so thirsty, so wanting to engage in relations with this young lady, that he would then take advantage of her in a vulnerable state. I take fault with the boy who filmed it and then put it on the internet, when of course now they are child pornographers. So be careful what you guys do on the internet. That's another lesson. Be careful what you post on the internet. And also, young ladies, be careful what you agree to. Granted, I remember being 17 and being 14 and having sexual desires. I remember being 17 and 18 and going through my own personal sexual exploration at that time. But think twice before you film anything, because pictures and film have a way of coming back, especially with the internet, with cyberspace, because someone can cache it, someone can download it to their personal computer, and that's there for good. So in this case, I put every party that was involved at fault. Amber Cole, the young boy that received the sexual act performed, that had their sexual act performed on him, the young boy that filmed it. And it goes back to that sort of hip hop culture, I think, with this 106 in Park generation. And also just the exploitation of women. Instead of just trying to get a legitimate relationship with the lady, we're trying to exploit them for just a quick sex act and then bye-bye. So these kids are going to have a hard lesson to learn. I hope and pray that they do learn their lessons and not repeat these behaviors. And let these children serve as a warning to anyone else who may try this. You will be dealt with accordingly. The law will get you, or some other person or entity may get you. You might have a situation where the girl's father might come after you if all you young boys out here that want to do this misdeeds with these young ladies. Remember, that girl's got a brother or father that might be looking for you, and you might not be as hardcore as you like to think you are. Or what if you have a sister You young boys that want to do this stuff to girls, you might have a sister or a female relative that you don't want anybody to do anything with. So you're a hypocrite. So I'm of the opinion, treat that young lady like you would want someone to treat your sister or your daughter or your female cousin or whatever the case might be. And young ladies, be careful who you associate with and who you surround yourself with. And don't think that performing a sexual act with one person is going to make someone else jealous. And that's going to make them want to get back with you. Now, with that being said, I just want to point out that we in general just need to be careful about who we deal with. And we shouldn't be so quick to play the blame game and the tit for tat game. Men are bad, women are bad. Well, men did this, well, women did this. And don't get me wrong, and my vids have testified to some of the messed up things that women do. And again, in future, I'm gonna just kind of look at both sides of it, because I do want to remain a fair, balanced guy, and not in the Fox News fair and balanced. I mean in that armchair philosopher sort of way. So, thank you very much for tuning in. You have a lovely day. Take care.